Welcome to Dodgers Dawgs as part of the Dodgers Daily Network. Casey Porter here, joined by Coach Barikoff. Coach, great game. It's exciting. I mean, down the stretch, you got to see Ha-Seong Kim. You got to see how his speed can impact baseball games. Andy Pages was like 0 for his last 11, 1 for his last 15. Just kind of figured out a way to put the ball in play, ended up with a base hit. Ha-Seong Kim steals a base, takes third, and then he had two terrible at-bats by two guys that have been good veterans on this team that I know they're kind of lightning rods, but exciting finish, great weekend in Atlanta. Can't be tarnished by what was a good game tonight, fun game tonight to watch.
Yeah, I mean, Dodgers won, 7 out of their last 8. Only dropped one game to Atlanta. I think that'll have an effect later on in the season when Atlanta gets fully healthy. And the Dodgers are playing, they're playing good ball. I mean, May wasn't great. He only gave up 4 runs. And Dodgers were right there. They had a chance to tie that game. So, I mean, that's baseball. The old saying is you win 2 out of 3 every series, you're going to win a World Series. And that's what the Dodgers need to keep doing with the best record in baseball.
So you kind of saw there at the end, and hey, I love the Atlanta Braves. I grew up watching them and the Cubs. They were the two teams that whenever Ted Turner bought TBS, and the Braves were on every single night. The Dale Murphy days, all of those teams, the Jeff Blauser, and then you had the 3 great pitchers with Greg Maddux, John Smoltz, and Tom Glavine. And so I'm a Braves fan. I am not a non-Braves fan. I love Brian Snitker. I think I like the way they play. I like their players. I like all of that. So I want to say that to say, hey, this is great competition. I enjoy watching Atlanta be good too. But having said that, this looked like the World Series. They won the World Series today to Atlanta. It looked like it to their fans. It looked like it to their players. Of course, they'd lost the first 2. So I say that to say, this is what the Dodgers face every freaking time they take the field. That takes a toll on you after a while, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's everybody's World Series. You're right. I mean, stadiums are packed. I mean, little do you ever see Dodgers not get great crowds while they're on the road. Mm-hmm. 1, the Dodgers travel well. 2, everybody wants to see the Dodgers play. So that's a lot of pressure. That wears on you. And again, they took 2 out of 3 in Atlanta, and you take 2 out of 3 in every series, you're going to be really good at the end of the year, especially the way the Giants and the Padres are playing. And it's just win the games you need to win. And you're right, the Braves are a fun team to watch, and when they get Acuna back and all those guys, I mean, that's going to be a team at the end that you're going to have to worry about. That's a good team.
Yeah. Hey, were you there for the Ryan Ward inside the park walk-off home run?
No, I missed it, but I got to see all the highlights, man. It looked incredible.
Hey, before we move on, we both have to congratulate Alex Friedman, Lisa Johnson, Jim Byers. I'm going to miss out some names, so I'm going to stop right there. And the wonderful crew there at Oklahoma City. They got to be on Spectrum LA at a night last night where the Dodgers got rain, and so they were like the highlight. I messaged Robo, told him, hey, this is going to be like a Major League game for you because you're going to have Major League LA fans watching you on Spectrum tonight. So go kill it, man. And he said, hey, how was that? Because I thought he threw 4, he blanked him. But congratulations to Alex. Dodgers fans got to hear how great he is behind the mic. They got to see just how big league that production is at Oklahoma City.
Yeah, I mean, Alex has become a pretty good friend of mine. Mm-hmm. I enjoy going to lunch with him, and I enjoy now seeing Los Angeles get to see what we get to hear. Alex is he's one of the best in the business, and he does every single game like play-by-play by himself, and that's tough. Now, he's one of those hidden gems. It's like part of me doesn't want too many to hear him because he's going to be gone to some big league club.
It's like Jeff Walker.
yeah. But I'm excited for him. And Lisa, who runs the press box crew, she does such a good job with the communication, and they're just good people. The Oklahoma City Comets are good people. I enjoy working for them. I enjoy seeing you working there at the games.
Yeah.
It's a good, friendly family atmosphere up in the press box. But to see Alex be able to go and have Los Angeles people hear him now, I'm super fired up for him. He's just a really good person and a really good baseball guy.
I thought it was cool they got to show off like all the uniforms and the branding. I tell you what, when the name first came out, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, okay. Then I heard the Mickey Mantle deal, like, okay, I was sold at that point. But I gotta say, man, the branding and uniforms. I mean, the uniforms they brought out. Wow. I mean, they're unbelievable, aren't they?
I was the first one that was not a big fan of any of this. And I'll be the first to admit it.
Yep.
But after being there in the ballpark and seeing them, they really pop on the field. They look good on TV. I like the design. I like the color. I like that they have the LA logo on the sleeve. It looks good all the way around. And, Oklahoma City's first class. They're first class. And the uniforms now look really, really sharp. So it's exciting to see.
Hey, Austin Brubaker is in the crowd tonight. We have Ela Shiva Jones. We have a good crowd logging in. Hey, if you've got the ability, tweet this out on your social media, get on your phone. Let's get a good crowd over here for Dodgers Dogs. I know it's a little bit later and it's after Sunday Night Baseball, but let's get a good crowd and let's talk some Dodgers baseball. We're going to go not with Coach Barakoff, but I'm going to have a Down the Farm segment after we get off here and talk about a little bit of the action today. I had a pretty big Down the Farm segment today, but you know how much I like to talk about those prospects. So got to say, Ela Shiva makes a great point. Dodgers still have the highest winning percentage in the major leagues, and it's really kind of a ridiculous ask anyways to ask the Dodgers to go into Atlanta, sweep Atlanta. And then I'll say this too, this is totally an excuse. It's like in baseball when it's cold. You feel the cold a lot more when you're losing than when you do when you're winning. So let's say that, like last night you had the big long rain delay. They start like 10 o'clock, something like that, Eastern time. First of all, your internal time clock's already off because you're moving over, it's Eastern time, so 3-hour difference to begin with. Then you're playing a late game. Then of course, it's a little bit later, but then you're playing the game the next day. Then when you get behind, that's the team that starts losing starts kind of feeling those effects a little bit more. So that's totally an excuse, but it kind of felt like the Dodgers were just fighting uphill from that perspective from the start.
Yeah, it's again, went 2 out of 3. You're doing really good. And Atlanta record doesn't indicate it, but they're a good baseball team. And they've got a good crowd support. And it's tough. Going on the road, everybody wants to see you lose because we're the evil empire now. But yeah, we've got the best record, best winning percentage. Dodgers are looking good. I saw a stat. I don't want to butcher the stat, but what is this, the best record of a defending world champion at this time or something like it? Was something along those lines. That's a pretty good stat to have.
It is.
Because if you follow, it's because Case and everybody on here, if you follow some of these social media accounts out there in Dodger the world, it's the world is falling apart and guys aren't very good and but Dodgers are still the best team in baseball.
Yeah, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I hate it when guys. You and I get to see it up close, so we actually get to see the real truth. There's the company line, there's coach speak, players give coach speak. And then we get to see the real truth. And a lot of times we're like, what they said, it's not necessarily a lie, but it's certainly coach speak, that kind of thing. So when Freddie Freeman hit it right on the head, guys, we've had all these celebrations. We've had all this stuff that you don't normally get. We've been giving rings to people whenever they've been coming into Los Angeles. These have all been distractions. I love the fact that he just went ahead and said it. Hey, these things have happened. We've had to deal with them. It's made things more difficult, but we wouldn't trade it for the world, and still we're professionals, and the goal is to win a world championship this year. I thought that was totally pro by Freddie Freeman.
That's why he's Freddie Freeman.
Yeah.
That's why he's the nicest guy in baseball. It's why he speaks from the truth. He speaks from his heart. It's right. There's been a lot of distraction. That's all the whole season has been. From the get-go, it's been a distraction. And to play up to this point and playing as well as they are, I think eventually all of this stuff is going to finally go away and it's going to get right back to, doing baseball and the daily pursuit of all what they're doing. But it seems like from the very start, we're in, Japan or whatever for the first couple games. That's a time zone issue. Flying back, you got Mookie who's sick. Freddie hurts his ankle in a shower incident. It's been from the get-go. And I think it's all going to even out. And the way the Dodgers are playing right now is outstanding, and it's going to continue on that path. And I think they're only going to get better.
Any chance that we saw the glasses deal with Kike Hernandez last year, but then he gets off to a bad start earlier this year, which kind of debunks a little bit of what I think it's just he just likes the big adrenaline moments. He's an adrenaline junkie. Some people are just like that. Max Muncy, the new glasses or whatever? Is there any? He has the double, but I like the ground ball to score Mookie today better than anything else, because that just shows me he's willing just to put the ball in play, making out to do whatever he needs to do to create a winning baseball play. But we have a question here. New glasses, noticeable impact? What do you think? Or is this just Max Muncy coming around?
Let's say both.
Yeah.
I thought before the glasses, he was starting to take walks and see the plate better and not swinging at certain pitches. I think he's had really good play. He's had really good at-bats here lately. He's taking pitches that he's normally taking. I think he's getting bat to ball a lot more. That ball that he drove down the right field line, I think was hit sharp.
Was.
The one with Mookie that you're talking about, another good thing for him. Yeah, I think there's something to do, a play with that, but I think Max is just starting to feel a little bit more relaxed. It was nice to see him hit the home run in Dodger Stadium and how relieved he was over that. I guess that could play on a guy's emotions for a guy like Max. But I think he's going to get better and better. Max is not going to hit 250 and 260. He's going to be a 220 guy. Yeah. And let's hope he starts hitting with power a little bit more and drives some runs in. But what I like is he's taking the walks. I don't have that number in front of me, but the walks are going up, and that's something to key with Muncy because he has one of the best eyes in baseball.
He does. Hey, we're kind of bouncing around a little bit, but we're going by the questions we have here. We have a question from Showtime LA. Do you think Josue De Paula and Zaire Hope, any chance they get moved up by, say, June to Tulsa?
I hope so, because that'll be closer to me to be able to go watch, other than I watched them on TV today. You know what? Let's say yes. I don't have any inside information on that. I think they're going to be guys that are going to rise up the ranks really fast. I think Austin and you would be a better guys to answer that question, but I could see it happening. Those guys are going to move quickly.
It's going to take a Jose Ramos promotion to AAA, I think, because right now, here's your problem. You got Chris Newell, who needs everyday at bats because super talented, but he's got holes in his game that he needs to work on, which the only way you can fix that is to be in the lineup every day. Same with Damon Key, super talented. And then Jose Ramos, who's going absolutely off this year. So right now, between Kendall George, Zaire Hope, and Josue De Paula, and Damon Keith, and then Chris Newell and Jose Ramos, that's 6. All 6 of those guys have everyday playing time right now. So if you move 2 of them up, now they all don't have everyday playing time, and so that's the logjam the Dodgers stay away from. So that would be the only reason why they wouldn't get fast-tracked up. So, and I don't see Chris Newell or Damon Keith getting pulled up real soon, but I could see Jose Ramos get pulled up here soon. So I think if Jose Ramos gets pulled up, that's when they might pull up a Zaire Hope, maybe a Josue De Paula. My guess would be it would be Zaire Hope, but I have no inside information on that. But I think that's when it would be, because I don't think they want any of those guys to lose everyday playing time.
Case, did you find it interesting? Rushing played left field today for the first time. I don't know. I don't want to read anything into that. It just seemed odd with the issues that are going on in left field right now with my buddy, a guy I like, Conforto. Interesting, though, that he played left field. I don't know if anybody else happened to see that, or is it just me reading into that a little bit more?
Oh, no, Coach. There's no reading into that. That's the stuff the Dodgers do, no doubt. No doubt.
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited that Kim got the call up. I think he's going to be back down when Edman gets ready to go. I mean, they backtrack his IL stint. So Kim will be sent back down here in another series. Yeah. But boy, Rushing, after seeing him play now, he looks, I don't mean this he looks ready to me. Like you know what, if you're going to give Kim a look at what Major League pitching looks like, I think Rushing needs to get that same look. And I know it's going to have to take some type of an injury or Conforto going down, but I don't know. That's just kind of where I'm at right now with Rushing. And then to see him in left field today, I was like, wow, kind of raised my eyebrows a little bit. That's interesting to see that.
Yeah, the problem is he's not on the 40-man right now. That's why Hae-Sung Kim got called up. So for him or Alex Freeland to get a call up, you're going to have to replace somebody for them. Then their time starts, and then then you're so right now. This isn't counting as an option year for Dalton Rushing. So as soon as you call Dalton Rushing up, as soon as you send him back down, that's one of his 3 option years. So it's a lot messier than I mean, there's more than just to say, hey, Dalton Rushing is good, throw him out there. There's more to it than that. So we have a question about Nick Frasso too. You've seen Nick Frasso. I think, what did he throw? 5 innings last time out. He went, his first 2 outings were 2. His next 3 outings were 3. Then he went 4. Now he's going 5, which is good. But the velo is still like 92, 94. So Frasso is just, he feels more still like a rehab type ramp up to me.
First off, thank you for correcting me on rushing. While I was talking about that, I was like, there's something I'm missing. That's what I was missing. He's not on the 40-man. Frasso, yeah. I don't see, I think this is going to be a take your time with him. There's going to be no rush with him. I think you continue to build him. I think he's just going to be in Oklahoma City. I think we're going to watch him a lot this year, and I think they need to build him up as much as they can, because you're right. Velo has not been, 93 was the top? Yeah.
That's down for him. That's way down.
Yeah. So that has a lot. That's kind of telling right there that he's not. Yeah. I mean, they're going to need him a little bit more here in Oklahoma City. Correct. I mean, that's what I'm feeling.
Any chance Outman could replace Conforto?
Outman has started to hit the ball. He's really started to play. First off, Outman defensively could play right now in the major leagues for any baseball team out there. He is outstanding in the field. I want to see this be a little bit more consistent hitting from Outman.
100%. Not just a hot streak. Yeah.
If this goes on for 2-3 more weeks, then yes. And then reading Dave Roberts' comments today about Conforto, he's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
If he's going anywhere, it's 2-3 day rest and a reset in the dugout. But I don't see him going anywhere. And maybe that's going to break some of these Dodger fans' hearts. I don't see Conforto going anywhere. That's just my thought on the whole thing, unless he gets hurt. But listening to Dave Roberts today and seeing the quotes, I don't think he's going to go away from him.
Yeah. Well, he's 0 for his last 31.
Yeah.
He's 1 for his last 38. So
he's striking out a ton. Yeah.
I don't know, man. And he's not good on defense. I mean, and by the way, I don't know how a Dodgers fan would have any attachment to him. He's a transaction for the Dodgers. You know, like why would I be attached to him? You following what I'm saying?
Casey, I'm going to be devil's advocate there. He's wearing our colors, and I'm all in on him. So, but again, that's how I've always been. I understand what you're saying. He's a one-year guy. He's a liability out now. He did make a beautiful play out there on that diving catch. Now, I don't know if he misread the ball, but he did make a nice play. But I've always been the way. If you're a Dodger, I'm all in on you. But your numbers that you're giving me, hard to argue with those numbers. But the thing is, I hate seeing it on social media all the time and people just bagging on this dude. You know, he's already going through it. He's a human being. It's not like he's trying to go up there. He wants to hit. He wants to be a part of this team. And what I like that I don't know many people want to talk about is when you see him in the dugout, he is always congratulating his teammates.
Oh, yeah.
So he's not there sulking. And especially after Miguel Rojas hits that pinch hit home run today.
Yeah, that was cool.
He was talking in the dugout, but he jumped up. It was right there to high five, and it's like, that's a good teammate to me. So I noticed those little things. The numbers, though, can't argue against those numbers. They're terrible.
Yeah. So what if I pushed back and said the dude's making $17.5 million and he's 0 for 31? Why should I feel sorry for him?
Yeah, because it's a business.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for him because he's a human being.
Sure.
And I can see it in his face that he's struggling.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But he's making $17 million to go for 31 to struggle. So where are we at?
You know what? I would do that for 1 year also and be just
absolutely
on by social media.
I wouldn't sulk either.
But
that's a hell of a lot of bourbon, Coach.
You know what?
That's the finest bourbon, right?
I can get some high-end bourbon. That is correct. Now, I'm with you. I am with you. I see the numbers. I watch this guy every day. He doesn't even swing the bat half the time, and he's looking at great pitches. He is so far out right now.
He is.
What is it? He's in the weeds, or he doesn't know. Like they said on the radio broadcast today, he is taking pitches that are great pitches to swing at and swinging at pitches that are not.
Yeah.
So, but for $17 million, you're right. Yeah, I feel sorry for him, but I get why everybody else doesn't. I'm just me.
Yeah. 100%. So, it's like Andy Pages. There was something to hang your hat on. Well, he's seeing a lot of pitches. He's swinging at the right pitches. So eventually, if you swing at the right pitches, you see eventually you're going to start hitting the ball. And that absolutely happened. Max Muncy, he's walking, he's still seeing a lot of that kind of deal. So there's something to hang your hat on with those guys. I haven't found anything to hang my hat on with Michael Conforto to say, okay, well, yeah, it's not going well. The numbers don't look good, but let's get into the process of it. He's doing these things well, which eventually, if we hang with them, then that's going to lead to success. So I get it that the Dodgers want to have his back, but somebody would have to explain to me, what are you seeing with him that's making you think it's getting ready to change? That would be my question.
Watching him on a daily basis in game action, nothing.
Yes, that's my point. That's my problem.
We also are not inside in the hitting cage,
right,
working with the hitting coaches in batting practice. But you know what? The Dodgers broadcasts are really good about talking about, hey, he looked good today in the batting. They like where he's going. They have not said about him. Mm-hmm. I am just going to say I'm going to be the one guy. I'm going to be the 1%, and it's probably less than that. Our fans right now are probably laughing at me saying, what is Coach Barikoff talking about? I'm going to stick with this dude and say he's going to come through for us here. I'm going to be the positive guy, but I have no argument and anything to stand on to back him up on the numbers we're giving and what you were saying. So yeah. I am just going to take the positive approach. No argument from you on the numbers.
Sure. I'm going to go ahead and call that blind faith. I'm just joking with you there. Well, that's a fun conversation to have. And like you said, he is a human being. But I watch so many minor leaguers that make like $1,500 a month, and they have to live with 6 other guys just to survive. And they love the game, and they're playing it because they love it. Like an Alec Gamboa, we have a question here. I mean, that dude's never made any money at this game. He still isn't. And he's not going to get a call up this year. We have a question. He's never going to be a Dodger standing on Dodgers Stadium mound. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I don't see it happening unless, I guess never say never, but it's kind of like the Conforto deal. What signs have the Dodgers given ever that would tell you that they have Alec Gamboa on their radar? There would be none. So he's going to be a free agent after this year. He's going to sign with somebody else. Hopefully he can get his contract there. So the reason why I'm a little bit more hardcore towards like a Conforto is I see all these guys making $1,500 a month. So when I see $17 million a year, I just have no sympathy whatsoever. Are you following what I'm saying?
Absolutely, because, you got Austin who's on here that watches the Great Lakes team, right? You and I watch OKC on a daily basis. You got the Tulsa fans, the Rancho Cucamonga guys. We're invested in these guys. That's why I have no argument against it other than I just feel for the guy, and I'm just going to be the one positive guy in all of Dodger Nation that's going to hold this guy. But you're right. You've got, I'm not a huge fan, but Ryan Ward, the dude's killing it. Yes. And never gets a shot. You've got a lot of guys like that, and you're like 1 year, $17 million. $17 million is life-changing money for everybody on this thing that right now. So, yeah, you're right. Case, there's again, it's hard for me to even have any little argument for Conforto at this point, other than I feel for the guy and I just want him to do well as a Dodger.
Okay, let's back up to Saturday.
Okay,
Roki Sasaki, and this is going to be a really hard comment. And I'm going to mean this, a hard comment in a positive way, because I've actually been more impressed with Roki Sasaki than I thought I would be. So correct me where I'm going wrong here. If I steer this ship off of, if I steer this off the rails, let me know, okay? But Sasaki, we were sold on, this guy has one of the best fastballs you've ever seen. It's 102, fastest fastball ever in Japanese baseball. He has the metrically best splitter ever because it has literally zero rotation. So we're sold this bill of goods on this guy that's coming over, and after he's got nerves being in Japan, fine. Don't even think about that. So now we're seeing the fastball being 94, 95, 96. 8 miles an hour different than what we thought it was going to be. And the splitter isn't landing in the zone. So is it too harsh for me to say he has been one of the biggest disappointments on the Dodgers team in terms of he's not the guy we thought we were getting, being the guy that can throw 102, be completely dominant, be an ace-level type guy. But yet I've been super impressed with the way that he's actually had to learn how to pitch, and he battled his ass off yesterday. It's kind of a weird dynamic with him. Where am I right? Where am I wrong there?
He's still, by most accounts, on all publications, the number one prospect in all of baseball.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about this on a previous show, that he's basically on a minor league deal, other than the high fee to get him. He's playing on a different mound, a different baseball. All of this stuff going. He doesn't know the language. He's traveling. He had his first start after midnight or something last night.
Yeah.
And he said he's never started a game that late. He's on his own over here in America. I give this guy so much more leeway than anybody else. You listen to when Yamamoto was on the mound, they were talking about when he came back for his second spring training, how much more confident he looked, how much more he walked around. He put on 8 more pounds of muscle. I think we just need to hang in there with Roki, and let's be a little bit patient. You're right. The velocity is way down. There was so much talk about the splitter, and the metrics aren't there on it, but I just think we need to be more patient. He's the number one prospect in baseball for a reason, and I think we got to be patient with this guy. This is he's coming across to a whole nother world right now, and he's on his own. I think we need to be patient with him, but that's my take.
Yeah, that's a good and I like I said, I think he's doing a great job of scrambling around and trying and figuring out ways to give his teams quality starts without, so let me kind of give you a weird anecdote here. Arnel Pineda. Do you like Journey, Coach? You're of my age. You probably
Journey's
like
a good side. Yeah, they're good.
Yeah. Okay. So he became the Journey lead singer like 15 years ago, 20 years ago maybe. So the way they found him is he just posted YouTube videos. He's from the Philippines, and so they went and got this unknown guy named Arnel Pineda from the Philippines, who literally would just go to the local bar or whatever restaurant and sing Journey songs like karaoke, and then his buddy would record it, and then he would go to the local library and upload it, and it would take like 10 hours to upload these videos. Well, so then Neil Sean's looking for a lead singer, and he comes across Arnel Pineda, and he's like, wow, this guy's awesome. So then they invite Arnel Pineda over to America to try out. Well, for like the first week or two, I mean, like his voice was like not projecting. It wasn't great. It was one of those deals to where it was obvious that the nerves and the travel had physically affected the way that he could perform. Is that what you're saying about Roki Sasaki?
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking right now. He's in 7 games, 1-1, 3.86 ERA. He's thrown 30 innings, 24 Ks. And he's the top prospect in baseball. I mean, I think 23. I mean,
yes,
I am not a educated, smart, stat baseball guy to go right now and just off the top of my head look. But how many 23-year-olds are doing what he's doing right now?
Not many.
Now, you gave a great story. I've got a great story, and I don't think Roki is this. There was an old story about a basketball guy on YouTube that was dunking everything, and it looked super, super good. He came back over into America, couldn't dunk the basketball. What we found out was he was dunking on lowered rims. So,
really?
So he looked great.
Yeah, so different ball and all that. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, got to America, couldn't dunk the basketball, but I don't think Roki's tricked us like that. I think he's 23 in a new country. He's 1-1. He's thrown 30 innings. He's got 24 Ks. He's 1.4. What is it? 1.4 whip is not great, but he's 23 years old. I would like to be more patient with this guy. That's just me.
Of course, yeah.
I love the numbers that you're throwing out there. In case that's why you and I work, because we could go back and forth.
Sure.
But I am going to stay patient with a 23-year-old. I'm glad he's on our team. I saw a executive said he's been the biggest disappointment in all of baseball. How? He's 23 years old. I just don't see that. But but again, I'm probably the most patient Dodger fan in the history of Dodger fans. Yeah. So I don't know. That's my take on it. This is how a war room works with coaches, is that if you have good assistants, like they literally pepper you with every possible scenario that can. And as a head coach, you got to explain it. And then sometimes you just go, you know what, man? I can't freaking explain it, but this is what we're doing, so shut the hell up, right? You've done that before, haven't you? Yeah, I mean, everybody. It's funny. It's like we're fighting for the same guy, but we're fighting. Yeah, I mean, I'm fighting for Roki right now. Yeah, right. Absolutely. Okay, that's hilarious. How about Dustin May? Where are you at with him?
5.2 innings today, 5 hits, 4 runs, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks. Mixed bag?
Yeah, I mean, again, the guy was on a table having his sternum cut open recently.
No doubt.
He's coming off a 2-arm thing. He hasn't pitched for a long time. Yeah. Tell me if I'm wrong, Case. You are the big-time baseball guy in your entire life, baseball. Should we evaluate May around the All-Star break and see where this guy is at?
Absolutely, 100%.
I like the arm angle change. I mean, that's got to be different for a guy that's thrown differently his whole entire life. Now he's in the major league scene doing this. I like the new sweeper, what they're calling it now.
Yeah. There was sweeper a lot today.
Yeah, I thought he
32 times.
Yeah, and he threw 2 bad pitches to Austin Riley that were hit 426 feet out of the yard.
Who, by the way, Austin Riley's pretty darn good.
Yeah, he's one of the best third basemen in all of baseball.
Absolutely.
I like where we're at with May. I feel comfortable with him going out on the mound all the time right now, and I think it's just exciting to see where he's come to where he's at right now. Again, it's going to take him a little bit of time. Now, I was hoping you were going to talk about Gonsolin. Now, if we can get Tony Gonsolin like what he did in his last outing.
He's ready, man. He was ready at Oklahoma City. You saw him.
Yeah, I pitch clocked him. I think you've got Gonsolin and May with the injuries the Dodgers have. Gonsolin and May, those are 2 good guys, I think, that are going to be good, steady guys.
What do you think about Kershaw?
I
thought his secondaries looked great. Fastball had tail on it. We just didn't have any velo.
There no velo. He's still in spring training mode. I mean, basically,
he
threw two pitches that got hit over the fence. But that's Kershaw. That's going to happen even when he's ready. Yeah. He threw his off speeds or his curve was really good to me. Mm-hmm. I mean, just sitting in the press box and seeing the break on it, and the guys, El Paso was swinging. Their swings were terrible.
They were.
I like where he's at now. I don't know if you saw, because people don't even know. In Oklahoma City, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're supposed to get a heavy amount of rain. I was supposed to pitch clock Tuesday. I thought he was going to go on Tuesday. They're moving him to the Arizona complex now.
Oh, really?
Okay. I just saw a tweet about that. They're moving to the Arizona complex because of our weather issues that we're going to have here on Tuesday and Wednesday. But, Case, I'm kind of excited about Kershaw. Should I be or should I not
absolutely.
be?
He's not going to get outs because of velo. So people go, well, he needs to add a couple of ticks. Why? I mean, why would 91 be more effective than 89? So unless he can go to like to 95 or 96, I don't see why 91 is more effective than 89, because here's the deal. For every 1 mile an hour of velocity you add, you lose 1 inch of movement. So if you're around that 90, there ain't nothing about your velos getting anybody out. The only thing that's going to get somebody out is movement. And if you were there and you saw it, which you did because you pitch clocked it, and you were right behind it, man, you had a great view of that. I was right behind home plate with my camera, like the geek that I am. And I'm telling you, that 2-seam was tailing. I mean, it had a big left turn to it.
Yeah.
So to me, I'd rather him throw 89 with a couple of inches more movement than try to ramp it up to 91, 92 and straighten it out. I love the movement he gave. I think the way that he pitched the other day, there's no margin for error, because if he throws a 2-seam that doesn't move and it stays in the middle of the zone, what's going to happen is what happened to him the other day, that whoever it was for El Paso hit one like 600.
The catcher.
Yeah, he hit one. I mean, that's going to happen. But he does have the ability to get major league outs with the way his ball's moving. It's going to come down to movement and throwing strikes with it.
Yeah, and while I was doing the game, I was thinking, man, if you could get Kershaw to go 5 innings, 1 or 2 runs, I'll take that, because, I mean, that just adds more depth to the pitching for the Dodgers. But I was sitting there thinking, man, I kind of like the way Kershaw's looking, and like he's still on the 60-day, and I mean, there's still more time to go.
I liked what I saw.
I did too. I was really happy. I was impressed, but I don't know. Maybe that's just you and me. I don't know. Not many people. I haven't saw much interaction about it, but I like the way he looked, and I'm glad to hear that you did, because I know you were there that night. We talked in the press box. I was excited. Saying, man, Kershaw looked good. I'm excited to see him get back with the Dodgers here when he gets off the stint.
Yeah. I love the way that the Dodgers yesterday, going back to yesterday, the team baseball they played, to get that first lead, you play great team baseball. Will Smith has the double. Andy Pages moves them over with a fly ball. Conforto hit the ground ball to score. And then you have the home run, and then you have another rally. that's team baseball oriented. So, yes, the Dodgers this year have scored a lot of runs on home runs, but I like the way that they generated team offense before they hit the home runs yesterday. Today, I just thought was baseball. I mean, literally, if you're to ask me, okay, what is your total evaluation of the loss today on Sunday? I'm going to sum it up this simple. It's baseball. It was a great baseball game. I enjoyed watching it, other than the fact the Dodgers lost, but it's baseball. That's literally how I would evaluate today.
Okay, let me throw this at you. When Miguel Rojas came up and Kim was on third, I was hoping for old school baseball.
Yes, bunt.
And Rojas to bunt one down third or right or somewhere, do something to see if Kim could score, because Kim is not. I would love to see him start a game and get him some at bats. Kim's not ready yet, in my opinion.
He's not
ready. But you know what? Speed is always ready.
Yes.
And he made a great baseball play. He got a stolen base. He made that great play from going second to third. I would love to have seen Rojas try to bunt, a squeeze bunt, suicide squeeze. I mean, maybe that's too 1980s Casey for people. But in my mind, I was like, this is the perfect time.
No.
You've got a dude that is a burner on third. Bunt it. Let's see if we can tie this thing up, because I mean,
that's the type of role Miguel Rojas has to have an impact on this team, to be able to do those kind of things.
Right, and I love Barnes, but I was not comfortable with Barnes coming up.
He wasn't getting a hit there, so I love AB. He's one of my favorites, but he wasn't. He was so far off that at bat it wasn't close.
See, I would rather have taken the chance with the bunt, making something happen, than what we did with 2 strikeouts in a row.
So I know he hit the home run, but Atlanta drew their infield in, and so and here's what happens with one out. The runner at third, it's called a contact play. If the ball comes out below your eyes, that's going to be a ground ball. So the runner at third, if the ball comes out below your eyes with one out at third base, they just go. They don't even read where the ball's at. They just run home, and you force the defense to make a play. Now, with no outs and 2 outs, with 2 outs you go. But with no outs, you read the ball. You make sure it's through the infield before you go. But with 1 out, it's called the contact play. The runner automatically goes. Third base coach doesn't even have to say anything. So if Miguel Rojas hits a ground ball there, Ha-Seong Kim's going to come home, and he's probably out. And so the only way that he was going to score there was for Miguel Rojas to hit a fly ball. And I know he hit the home run last time, but the odds of Miguel Rojas hitting a fly ball right there when the pitcher is intentionally trying to get you not to hit one were very slim. So I'm with you there. I think there is a better percentage of Miguel Rojas getting a bunt down and scoring the run there to tie the game than there was for him to either get another base hit or, although he's hitting 271, he's hitting better than Dodgers fans give him credit for this year, and he's only made 1 error, either getting a base hit or hitting a fly ball in that situation. Because at the very least, if you suicide squeeze him there, Ha-Seong Kim comes home, I trust Miguel Rojas to at least foul it off. I mean, not just to straight up miss it. I mean, I agree with you there. I would have liked to have seen that. But then if you don't get it and it all screws up, oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, but to me, I don't mind 1980s baseball. And if it gets screwed up, I'm okay with that screw up. But today's day and age, I mean, that's so far-fetched to have a guy bunt with that position. It's so crazy the way baseball has changed. I don't know if we're ever going to go back to that exciting time of the 1980s where you moved guys over and you sacrificed. Sometimes in the 7-8 hole, you get a guy on, you bunt him, you hut the, you know what I mean? It's like you just don't see that anymore.
Tell you what, the Dodgers are stealing bases at unparalleled clips in the minor leagues, though. Oh my God, Coach.
Yeah.
At every level.
I think, I want to go. I wish we could go back and look. I think we've all talked about this, that the Dodgers made a change in getting speed, the way the game has changed. And
have you seen,
it.
What are your thoughts on Ruiz? You've seen him quite a bit.
The dude is a burner. Now, I don't think he made a great play the other night trying to steal home.
He hit?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. I mean, I know his average looks good, but it's a PCL.
He's a type of guy I would love to see in late game situations, get him on, pinch run. I mean, he can really, really fly.
Would you rather have him or Conforto right now in left field?
Conforto. I don't trust Ruiz hitting.
All right.
Nice try. He tried to slip that one in on me.
Let me ask you one more, guy, because you had an absolute clean slate on him. You did not have an opinion one way or the other. That's another reason why I like you, is that you don't have a preconceived notion of guys. You see them and then you evaluate them like you would as a coach with a clean slate, and I love that. And so you had that on Alex Freeland. You did not have any preconceived notions of him. Now that you've seen quite a bit of him, you've seen the good and the bad, mostly good. What are your thoughts of him?
I like him because I saw him in Tulsa. And I'll remember telling my daughter Jacinda, like, this is a guy we need to keep an eye on, because my daughter is always asking about who do I need to watch for when they becomes a Dodger. And I'm like, it's this guy, Freeland. Everybody's talking about this guy, so let's watch him. I love his speed. I like the way he plays the game. He makes some questionable plays here and there, questionable judgment stuff, but I really like him. Like, this is a guy I could see now. I've said this. I don't want to see him be in a trade. I really like this guy. I like the way he plays.
Huh? Wow, you like him that much, huh?
I'm starting to.
Yeah, cool.
I'm starting to. There's something about he's a good baseball guy.
The hard worker.
Yeah, I can't give you. I don't have like the analytics behind all this. Like, I don't have all these great thoughts and feelings, but I like when I watch a guy, I like watching him, and I'm like, I could see that guy playing for the Dodgers. Alex Freeland, I could see that.
Yeah,
he's a baseball guy, and that's the thing. I don't like you and Austin and Tony. You guys look at the bat, all this stuff, and all of these things. I look at it just from a coach's perspective. I like the way the guy plays baseball. I could see him being a Dodger. He gets dirty. He makes the right play. He's athletic. That's what I like about him.
All right, Andy Pages was 0 for his last 11 before that last at bat. He was 1 for his last 15, so now he's 2 for his last 16. So can Andy Pages hit, or did he just get hot?
Well, there's a guy that I know named Casey that says he's a streaky guy. I've known, and I've been following Pages since we got him. He's very streaky.
Yes.
But here's what I like about Andy Pages. He's getting better on the bases. His center field play is getting a lot better. And it seems to be our right fielder sure seems to love him in Tio. And if he loves him, why don't we as Dodger fans love this Pages guy? I think you're going to see a streaky guy. He's hitting 267 right now, 265. He was up close to around 300. He's got 6 home runs. Pages is going to be streaky, and he might be a streaky guy his whole career. But, boy, when he gets hot, watch out. That guy gets smoking hot. I think he is going to be an everyday starter. I just don't see that ever changing right now.
Yeah, totally agree. Hey, man, it's about 10 o'clock our time, Coach, and this has been a lot of fun. I'm going to actually put a Down the Farm segment together tomorrow morning of the action for today. I'm going on Dodgers territory tomorrow with Clint, so that's going to be a lot of fun at 11 o'clock, whatever time it is. So I'm going on with Clint tomorrow, and then I'm going to actually put out a Dodgers Down on the Farm tomorrow. So we will not have our Down on the Farm segment now. So we're going to get to our final thoughts for tonight, and then us two old guys here, Coach Barakoff, I'm a little older than you are, so I can say that because I'm older than you. So us two old guys, we're going to give your final thoughts, and we're going to get the heck up on out of here.
Hey, Dodgers are best team in baseball. They got the best record. We're going to Miami, right? If I'm looking at this correct me if I'm wrong, is our guy Ben Casperius going tomorrow? He's listed as the probable pitcher. I don't know if he is or not, but I'm kind of excited if Caspi gets to go and start tomorrow. They've got him on the MLB app. Ben Casperius going against Alcantara. So that's my final thought. If Caspi gets to go, I'm pumped. I love that dude.
Yeah. And it's always fun to watch the Dodgers anyway. So, Hey, Coach, this has been a lot of fun. I really appreciate you coming on the show each and every Sunday. I look forward to talking to you every Sunday. So for Coach Barakoff, I'm Casey Porter. I want to thank all you wonderful Dodgers dogs out there. Not the biggest crowd, but absolutely the best baseball crowd out there. Hands down, no doubt about it. And as always, it's a great day to be a Dodger.
Peace.